Greetings, Matthew Lasar here with some tips on how to read a history book. Now, I will bet that at this point, some of you are probably thinking, why do I need help with this? If I want to read a history book, there are just two things to know. First, get the book. Second, read it. Well, what I'm offering here are tips for non-academic history lovers on how to get more from history books. So here are 4. Tip number 1, don't read boring history books. Sometimes you'll be like, gosh, I really want to know this or that about some interesting historical subject. And so you'll get some book out of the library and you'll start reading it. And an hour later, you notice that you're still on page 1 or 2. You know what? Stop reading it. It's a boring history book. It's got no interesting stories or anecdotes, no engaging prose, no sense of humor or tragedy. Just put it down, because you know what? Trust me, you will never finish it. Instead, go back to the library or the local bookstore or the online bookstore and get a book that you will find interesting to read. What a concept! Tip number 2. Always read the introductions, prefaces, and conclusions first. Lots of people think that history books are sort of like detective novels. Wait. Don't tell me the end. I want to be surprised. Nah, that's not the way history books work. What makes a history book fun is that it has a thesis, an argument about the past. What was the Battle of the Alamo really about? Why did India partition itself in 1947? Why did Emperor Constantine of Rome embrace Christianity? Historians are often not only offering specific answers to these questions, they're arguing with other historians about the answers. So when you read a history book, you want to know the book's thesis from the outset. Then, as you are reading the book's stories, anecdotes, and explanations, you'll see how they serve the book's main argument, and you'll appreciate the tome and even remember its content better. Many historians put the gist of their thesis in the introduction, preface, or conclusion. So, don't skip those chapters. Read them first. Tip number 3. Don't take too many notes. Unless you are a graduate student or a professor, don't bother taking too many notes. They'll just bog down your reading. You'll leave them somewhere and they'll get lost. If you feel like you must take notes, don't write down various factoids from the book in your notebook. Instead, jot down the page numbers from sections of the book that really strike you as significant and memorable. And please, really, don't take more than a page of notes. Then just leave the page folded inside the book like a bookmark. Tip number 4. You still think that boring book is important and you want to know about it? Fine, whatever. Read a review of it on JSTOR. JSTOR is a hidden treasure. If you have a member card to a public library or a local college, the chances are excellent that you have access to JSTOR. It is a gigantic database of book chapters, articles, and reviews of books. So, go to JSTOR and read some reviews of your boring history book. Now you know what the book says without reading it. Haha, gotcha! Now go read something fun.